Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Mayones Custom Shop Gallery. I want to go over some of my favorite exotic builds from Mayones Guitars out of Poland. I've done a couple other interesting discussion topics related to Mayones guitars, so I'll be sure to link those down below if you want to check those out. I'm always a fan, as a longtime gear enthusiast, have a lot of appreciation for exotic woods, custom finishes, just something that really stands out, something more elevated, kind of more boutique. So I want to get into some of my favorite picks, guys, share with you, and maybe you'll find this information useful if you're thinking about like speccing out some type of custom build that you're working on in the future. So let's get into it, guys. Just browsing this library, man, it's just absolutely incredible. I mean, these guys have such an amazing assortment, crazy woods, crazy finishes. So this is probably one of the sickest builds I've ever seen, this DeVille Elite with this Cocobolo. It's got that nice sapwood right there in the middle. Looks just absolutely incredible. I love the DeVille body shape. It looks really nice. I like the symmetry, right? Like we've got these kind of sort of rich, like golden streaks in there. You've got that contrast, that lighter sapwood. Same thing with that fretboard there. I like this one's got the 6-bolt neck as well, something you don't really see that much anymore on the DeVille models. But man, really crazy top. I'm sure that's probably an arm and a leg to find a specialty piece of Cocobolo like that. I know a lot of builders do charge more for Cocobolo. I know it's potentially very toxic wood. It's very difficult to work with. I know it's typically very oily, so it can be kind of a hard process as far as getting that to like glue properly, just to manage like all the oil that's in the wood. But yeah, definitely one of the best looking DeVilles I've ever seen. Another one here, this DeVille Elite with this Kingwood top. Oh my gosh, dude. This thing is just absolutely nuts. I mean, just the these crazy like sort of like arching patterns in the grain. Super, super cool. It's got that fretboard matching as well. Wow, just totally jaw-dropping. I mean, such a nice build. Some more pictures here down below. Yeah, dude, look at that, man. That's just... I mean, talk about over the top. Same thing there, got the fretboard, that matching headstock overlay. Kingwood, just not really something you see a lot of. I mean, definitely a little bit more kind of rare, exclusive. This is not going to be something that you're going to find in most places. I'm not mistaken, I think if you read about something described as like the Wood of Kings, something like that. I mean, dude, yeah, this is definitely some top shelf gear without a shadow of a doubt. So yeah, love that Kingwood. Got another example here, another stunning Cocobolo. I actually think I like this one just a little bit better. This one has that really interesting like sort of like V pattern with the lighter sapwood there in the middle, just kind of going through the pickups and the bridge. Super nice looking build. Pale Moon Ebony board. A little bit lighter, not as many streaks as I would like. I tend to like the busier Pale Moon fretboards. I love the gold hardware in there. Just feels very elegant, just almost kind of a regal feel to this type of build. I love the way that gold ties in with, again, that lighter sapwood in the middle. I mean, just an absolutely stunning build. I mean, that's got to be a crazy expensive top. I'm sure that's probably something that, you know, you'd have to get in direct contact with these guys to try to do. But yeah, I love that figuring in there, man. Just that kind of like sort of amber colored, like that golden streaks. Yeah, crazy. I would have liked to do a matching headstock overlay as opposed to this black. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I mean, still absolutely like magnificent build, man. Very cool. Got another one here, this limited edition flamed Koa. I mean, I think that pretty much speaks for itself. I mean, what a build. I mean, the black limba on there, got the wenge, the Babingan neck, which I don't think they do that one anymore. They just do the wenge purple heart now. So probably a little bit older build, but still, I mean, that Koa top is just out of this world, man. Super cool. Really lends itself nicely to the that kind of like greenish yellow black limba. It's got the stripes in there. I love Koa. I know it's getting more expensive, harder and harder to find. So yeah, if you're thinking about doing a Koa build with any of these companies, I would say sooner rather than later for sure. But yeah, just the way like the streaks in the limba tie in like with the streaks and like the wenge like on the back laminations. Really nice build. Here's a really cool build. This Regis, it's got this gothic like ash going on here. It's got this luminlay treatment, so they actually, looks like they basically filled like the grains and pores of the ash like with this glow in the dark material, which I think that looks really awesome. Like if you see it like in the dark, it kind of gives you like that. It's almost like if Razer like gaming had a guitar, maybe that's what it would be. Really outside the box, man. So much creativity. I think whoever developed that, I mean, that's a really interesting idea. Just something totally different. I mean, just going that extra mile. You know, if you're on stage, it's dark. Just kind of a sleeper build in a lot of ways. I think Swamp Ash often is very slept on. A lot of people don't realize like how much you can really do with Swamp Ash, especially when we've got that kind of crazy grain pattern. Very, very cool. Another one here, this DeVille Elite Myrtlewood Burl. Definitely a wood I don't really run across too often. I think this might be one of the only ones I've ever stumbled upon in my journey of looking at crazy builds. But yeah, dude, this thing is pretty wild. I love the way it just kind of has like that sort of radiant, like that glowing, like outward pattern in that burl. I mean, it just looks really cool. It's almost like like a lion's mane or something. Just the way it's like centered on that top. Really cool, dude. Look at that. Look at that, man. That is just taking it so far above and beyond anything I've ever seen. Just absolutely awesome. And it's got that nice bird's eye maple fretboard. Looks really good. Again, my personal preference, I always love that matching headstock overlay. To me, that's the right way to do it. Yeah, I mean, I think this really speaks for itself. Probably one of the best I've ever seen. So I don't know where they find these kind of woods. I've really never seen that many builders use a Myrtlewood burl. But yeah, dude, that's absolutely top shelf worthy, no doubt. Here's a Legend model, which that's kind of like their sort of like telly shape, like pretty cool. I think it looks ridiculous. I mean, that Buckeye Burl, I like the kind of creamy balance, like with that gray. Yeah, really good looking Buckeye Burl. Again, matching headstock. It's got that lighter maple fretboard. Yeah, incredible Buckeye Burl. I mean, that definitely's got to make the list for sure. This Regis Macassar Ebony, dude, with that tiger inlay. I mean, dude, this is just absolutely ridiculous. I've really never quite seen something like that. I mean, a lot of intricate detail there. I'm sure they spent a lot of time on the inlay. Just with like the Macassar Ebony, like it's got sort of those like orange streaks, kind of stripes. So I love the way like the whole tiger theme sort of like ties in. Dude, this is the Tiger King Mayones, bro. Literally the embodiment of Tiger King in a guitar. Wow, look at the back. That looks so incredible. Perfect guitar. Yeah, I would say so. I personally wouldn't want the gloss on the back. That's just kind of more of a personal taste for myself. But yeah, this thing is just so cool, man. I mean, I'd love to have that like sitting on the wall. Another custom Regis here. This is very interesting. So it kind of looks like your standard like natural flame maple, bird's eye maple fretboard, it looks like. And it's got like these like little like fish inlays on the body as well as that 12th fret marker. Pretty interesting. Again, I haven't really seen something like this in the past. Looks really cool, man. Some special like maybe zebra wood knobs, kind of what it looks like to me. But yeah, dude, look at like the little wooden cutouts with the fish. I mean, that's just so unique, so creative. Really steps out of what most people would think of, you know, when it comes to just a custom guitar. I mean, that's more than a custom guitar. I mean, to me, that's a work of art. I mean, just the level of skill, you know, that it takes to execute some type of build like this. That's pretty impressive. Now, if you guys have watched my channel for a while, you know I'm always a huge fan of Ziricote. Probably my #1 favorite top wood of all time. Here we have another example of a Regis in Ziricote. Yeah, dude, this thing is nasty. I mean, great like landscape grain in the top. A lot of that kind of spider webbing pattern. Just a little bit of sapwood on those two like outer pieces there. It's got the bare knuckle, like the battle worn pickup covers. Looks pretty aggressive. Swamp ash body. Yeah, dude, that thing is sick. Yeah, same thing there, matching headstock. You kind of see like that little tighter pattern in there. That's what they call spider webbing in wood grain. Just a fun fact of the day if you've never heard of that before. But yeah, dude, that's nasty. Great example of Ziricote build. Again, always one of my favorites. Just look at that, man. Just those rich streaks in there. I mean, total work of art. Got another one here, this Hydra Elite in Pale Moon Ebony. Dude, this thing, I mean, absolutely off the charts. Great symmetry in that Pale Moon. I just like the way it's got like this sort of like river flowing kind of dark pattern in the middle, and then it kind of lightens up a little bit on the outer parts of it. Great choice with the black limba as well. I think that's probably like your best looking body wood that complements the Pale Moon. A little bit less busy on the fretboard. Good choice there. I can imagine if you have like so much going on here, and then so much going on here with the fretboard, it could get perhaps a little bit visually distracting. So yeah, very well hand selected woods here. Love the Hydra, man. As I said before, I wish they would do some updates on this model. I'd love to have one in my collection, but we'll just have to see what the future holds. Probably my favorite Pale Moon for what I've seen. Here we've got a Lava Burst Aquila Elite S. You guys might have seen playing around with that new configurator for like their virtual builder. Yeah, dude, this thing is sick. I mean, I love the Lava Burst. It looks like a really nice upgraded, probably like a 5A quilted maple. Roasted body pairs nicely with that sort of like fiery, like lava burst, kind of fire burst finish. Yeah, it looks pretty sick, man. Same thing, matching headstock overlay, roasted bird's eye fretboard. It's got that wenge neck. Super sick build, man. Super sick build. I would definitely consider if they had a model that more so aligned with my individual taste for kind of how I like my necks and things like that. Yeah, I could definitely see picking one of these up at some point in the future. Always love the Lava Burst, man. Very roasty. You just kind of almost, I feel like the heat coming through my screen right now. Got another Legend model here in actually a semi-hollow variant, something I haven't seen before. This one's got a phenomenal looking walnut burl. Walnut burl, pretty expensive wood. If I'm not mistaken, I believe walnut burl, I don't think it can be kiln dried, if I'm not mistaken. I think it takes a lot of time to air dry naturally, so that does typically raise like the cost of a wood like that. But yeah, dude, this thing is sick. Wow, look at the back. That is pretty insane. Looks like, I guess it's like a quilted maple in the back. Oh no, sorry, flamed alder is what they're calling that. That is something I have not seen before yet. That's an insane build, bro. Really fine specimen. And I'm normally not a big fan of like the gloss like on the back, but the way it kind of really like enhances like the figuring on this this body, yeah, that was definitely the right choice. Awesome builds, man. So that's it, guys. Just want to go through just some of my top picks as far as like the Mayones Custom Shop Gallery. Big fan of Mayones guitars, amazing builder based out of Poland. Check out their website, check out your local dealers, do your own research if you want to kind of plan out your builds, pick out your woods, all that kind of stuff. Probably a steep investment. I'm guessing most of these guitars probably around $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 price range, give or take. So yeah, it's going to be a sizable chunk of change, probably some long lead time, but yeah, always like to showcase some of these builder galleries. Really fun thing to do if you're a geeky guitar wood enthusiast such as myself. So let me know, what are your thoughts? Have you looked at the galleries? Be sure to share your picks as far as the favorite models that we've discussed on the video. That's it for this one, guys. Subscribe for more, give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.